accessible to the common man of this country. Because
there should be some mechanism for flexi.
I'll get into it. Because our whole intention, our intention of the NDA government is that till now, till 2014, sir, this civil aviation was always like it was for certain sections of the civilized society. It was like civilized aviation. But once Honorable Prime Minister took charge, once Narendra Modi ji has taken charge, civil aviation was considered as civilian aviation, sir, and that is what our commitment is even today also. And to make it civilian aviation, this is a very important point which the ministry is also taking very seriously. But I would also like to tell the House that we have to understand the dynamics around the airfares also. It is not just the airlines saying that, Acha, tomorrow I'll just put this air price at so-and-so price. There is a certain mechanism. There are lot of other factors which are included in the airfares, like the ATF, sir, the fuel cost, the airport security fee, user development fee, landing charges, and lot of these factors, and taking into account the market demand also, and especially when some vacations are there or some special events are happening. So there are a lot of dynamic factors which get included in deciding the fare of this thing. And also yesterday when a lot of people were speaking, they were also mentioning that how certain carriers have gone out of system also. Some important airlines like Jet Airways and other Deccan Airways and some important airways which were very optimistic in the area of civil aviation, they've all exited the aviation market, sir. So we have to create a balance. Now, if you see, we create so much pressure on the airlines that they totally are not in a situation to run, then we don't have any planes to run only. So we have to create a balance, and that is the balanced approach that the ministry is also looking at. Where there is a balanced approach, the airlines also shouldn't misuse or take advantage of the position of the passenger. And also at the same time, we are creating a level playing field so that the airlines also operate at a certain stage in the country. But on the directions of Speaker sir also, last time when there was a discussion on this, he said, why don't you meet the airlines? And we are doing it from the ministry, sir. We are having meetings with the airlines industry, and we are trying to ensure that there is no misuse or there is no disadvantage for the passenger here. And especially I would like to mention in the House also, because a lot of people have raised this issue across the benches, sir, and even Speaker sir has also taken cognizance of this. So we are thinking, sir, of setting up an online mechanism to take in grievances from not just the MPs, from also the public. And we'll put up a team in the ministry which is going to specifically look about these issues where they feel undue advantage has been taken or unnecessarily some unreasonable hike has happened in airfares. Whenever there is an issue like this, we're going to create an online system which will take care of the grievances. You can put in your grievances, and with timely response, we are going to address this one, and we are going to make sure that there is no undue advantage that has been taken by the passenger. And this much I want to tell the honorable members of this House, sir. And other than this, one important scheme that has been brought in by Honorable Prime Minister, I would like to mention it to the House again, sir, which is the RCS scheme. RCS Udan scheme was a total game changer for the civil aviation market in the country. And we should all be proud by the great vision Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji had to create this scheme back in 2016 itself, sir. And I take great pride in talking about this RCS Udan scheme, which is Regional Connectivity Scheme, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. And some of the success stories this has created. Now, I could see the positivity of most of the people, members who have spoken yesterday also. They have been proudly talking about the airports in their districts, airports in their constituency, how they have increased, how they want more connectivity happening, how they want the terminal capacity to increase. And I would like to take certain examples. One example is Darbhanga Airport, sir. Darbhanga city is a very historical city. When this was from the Maithili time, it was a very historic and important city. And it had one airstrip there, sir, which was running during 1950 and 1962. After 1962, there was no plane there. It was totally taken away from the civil aviation map of this country. And when RCS came into play, when Udan came into play, this was in 2020, after the airport was upgraded with spending 120 crores to the Udan scheme, the first flight from Darbhanga took off on 9th November 2020. And since then, sir, this was in 2020, the first flight took off. And in the year 2022-23, this was after the COVID also, the airport handled 6 lakh passengers in the whole year, sir. And that was the kind of change the RCS has brought in for this Darbhanga. And Jharsuguda airport, there was no airport in Western Odisha. And there was a huge interest for all the people from Western Odisha that we should have an airport. Before 2014, before this RCS scheme, there was nothing which was addressing this issue. But once RCS was brought into place, even this Jharsuguda airport, we have spent up to 202 crores, where we have created a new airport. And once that airport was brought in, 2019 first flight took off. And now that terminal is handling 2 lakh passengers per year, sir, which is a great achievement for Jharsuguda airport. Then we have Pithoragarh airport, Kalburgi airport, Kishangarh airport. Examples are numerous, sir, and these come from all the cities, all the states, all the union territories of this country. So this was the grand vision that Narendra Modi ji had, where we are going to take up those remote areas where there is a lot of demand for people to travel through airplanes. So that was when this RCS was promulgated and it was brought into effect. And we are running at the tune of more than 500 routes have started under RCS, sir. And more than 1.4 crore people of this country have traveled through this RCS routes. And that is something which we all should be proud of, sir. And other than that, we are going to, because of the success of this scheme, we are going to improve the scheme, sir. In the coming days, with the help of the central government, we are going to bring in RCS again, because it was a 10-year plan. And now we are seeing that there are some issues when the RCS is specifically for 3 years. Because the way that scheme was done is that for 3 years, we are going to help a certain airport or a certain route to take off. But it was not for a continuous time that the government is going to provide the support. We wanted to create the impetus. We wanted to create the push and the spark. So for 3 years, we were supporting. But now a specific situation has arrived, where after 3 years, the airlines sometimes are backing away from that route. That also has been expressed by a lot of people. So we are going to address that issue. We have a process where after 1 year, we can bid that route and we can restart that route through RCS. And we need to extend the scheme of RCS because it has been a huge success and it has given a huge push to the civil aviation also. So definitely we are going to look into the expanding of RCS also, sir. And other than that, in the area of civil aviation, just like how the interest is growing on for having more airports and airlines, we want to have seaplanes also. That has been also a brainchild for Narendra Modi ji, he wants to see the seaplane industry also grow in this country. And there was certain policy which was made earlier, but we have taken industry feedback also on seaplane policy. They have requested for some changes. We have done those changes, and very soon we are going to launch the new policy also. And that is going to open up a new whole area of air travel, sir. Wherever you have these dams, wherever you have these lakes, wherever you have the sea connectivity, you can use the seaplane connectivity to connect those places again, which is going to create an alternate way of traveling, sir. So seaplanes is something we are looking at. And helicopters, sir. Now, if you look at the situation in India, helicopters are very, very low compared to the population or the size of the country we have. A Brazil city, Brasilia, itself has more than 500 helicopters. And we are looking at 250-something helicopters in the whole country. So there is a great opportunity to tap into the helicopter services in this country, sir.